So now we're going to factor this trinomial, 5x squared minus 6x minus 8, using friendly factoring. So the first thing we want to do, again, is to multiply the leading coefficient times our constant term. So I'll multiply over here 5 times negative 8. This gives me negative 40, and this will be my product. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to multiply, or we're just going to look at the middle term. Whatever the middle term is, whatever the term is attached to the x, that is our sum. So in this case, my sum is negative 6. So what I'm looking for are two numbers that multiply to give me negative 40 and add to give me negative 6. So you can make a little table on the side if you want to think of all the factors. We know 1 and 40, 2 and 20, 3 doesn't multiply to give us 40. We can do 4 and 10, and that looks like it'll work to give me negative 6. I just need to adjust the sign. Since it's multiplying to give me a negative number, one of these needs to be negative, the 4 or the 10. I'm going to choose to make the 10 negative because 4 plus negative 10 is equal to 6. Oops, negative 6. So once you've got this, you're going to take these two numbers, 4 and negative 10, and you're going to rewrite negative 6x using those two terms. So what I've got here is the first term is going to stay the same, 5x squared. And now instead of writing minus 6x, I'm going to write plus 4x minus 10x. Notice how this term, if I were to simplify it out, is still equivalent to negative 6x. And then I still have minus 8. After I'm here, it's a simple factor by grouping or split down the middle type problem. So if I split it in half and look at the left-hand side, I'm just looking for what the first two terms have in common. And in this case, it's just an x. So I have x, and then what's left? 5x squared divided by x is 5x, and 4x divided by x is 4. So 5x plus 4 in parentheses. Now here, since this term is starting with a negative 10x, I'm going to take the negative out. And so negative 10x and negative 8 are both divisible by negative 2. So if I take out a negative 2, what's left is negative 10x divided by negative 2 is positive 5x. Negative 8 divided by negative 2 is positive 4. I know I did this correctly because now notice how both pieces have the 5x minus 4 in common. So essentially I can factor out the 5x minus or 5x plus 4, and what's left is the x minus 2, and that goes in another set of parentheses. You have now successfully factored a trinomial with a leading coefficient greater than 1.